Alright lads, so in less than 12 hours time, we are going to be getting the new mid-month banner announcement. Remember, for those that aren't already aware, the new schedule right now has mid-month gets announced on the 16th and released on the 19th. This looks to be the norm going forward, and in the potential chance it ever does change, best recommendation is to look at the current point event, the end of month point event to be specific, and look when that does end. If it ends on the 19th, then that means the mid-month and next point event will start on the 19th. I personally don't mind it because it gives me time to showcase the new resurrectable characters, but today we're here to talk about the new mid-month banner. This video would usually serve as our prediction, discussion, theory on what character might be coming out this upcoming mid-month, but in this case, somehow, somewhere, some way, there are leaks that seems to be real. So I know what the upcoming banner is, and I'm about to say it in this video. So if you don't want to see what the banner is, if the video and title doesn't already spoil it, I would recommend maybe staying out of the BBS community for the next 12 or so hours until the banner does reveal itself. So with that out of the way, if you're fine with getting spoiled, here it is. The banner itself apparently is expected to be 2 characters, Rukia, and also an opponent that starts with the letter A. Yes, lads, we're getting a new Aaroniero. It's happened. It's finally happened. After 5 years, I finally get it. Can you believe it? Let's actually go onto Simulator right now and search Aaron, right? Man, look at this. We have 2 Aarioneros in game if we just take away, you know, our skin, right? We have 2 Aarioneros in this entire game for like the last 9 or so years. If we look at his only canon form, which to be fair, this in of itself is like a BBS original to a very certain extent. You know, this line in particular, he actually never says in Aarionero's voice. It's Kayan that says it. And most games that do feature Aaroniero never have him with the actual tube head, which I really do appreciate about this BBS version. But this character in particular, man, he came out in like 2017, right? Was it 2017? Let me just double check. 2017. It's almost been like, it's been like 6+ years. Can you believe it? And in the last Aaroniero, which of course is a really cool character, is the banner icon for my channel, right? The Can't Feel Your Own World version, which I'm very happy even exists, came out in 2019. So I literally remember the morning I woke up to this character's release when I updated my banner icon and stuff. I had 4,500 subscribers. Now we're approaching 80,000. So it's been a very long time since we last had an Aaroniero. It honestly felt like Keller but avoiding releasing this character because look at all the Aranka banners that we've been getting. It's kind of become a meme. Every time I see Aranka someone, I get myself excited and then like just never get it. Like they rather release another Yami, another Okura, another Xiaolong, another, not even another Xiaolong, just Xiaolong in general, another Wonderwise. Every single time the last 2 years I've seen Aranka summons, I get myself excited only to then get disappointed. It really has sucked, I'm not gonna lie. And then even to be fair, like back in 2020, when we started to get fierce battle banners, you know, this was a new format of banners that were going through big fights, big moments in the anime. And for the most part, they were going in order. It did start around here, right? It started in Soul Society, then we went to the start of Waco Mundo, then we went to these characters, and then we were doing most like the Aranka fights. I'm like, surely Aaroniero vs Rukia is next. And no, we just skipped it, and then we never went back to it. But now, again, according to leaks, it's not 200% confirmed, but it is looking very likely this upcoming banner is going to be Rukia and also Aaroniero. And I really like the banner if that is the case, I'm not gonna lie. One, it means it's a 2-character banner, so a better chance to get Aaroniero if I do decide to go to step number 10. But I like the idea of the banner, and again, I don't mind 2-character banners, especially for mid-month. Like end-of-month banners, I'd rather be 3 characters, especially if it's 1000-year Blood War. There's a lot of characters to get through. But for mid-month banners, if they want to do 2 characters, I'm fine with it. Especially if the banner itself makes sense, being 2 characters. Aaroniero versus Rukia, it's 2 characters, they fight against each other. It makes sense. And now I think is a good time to release it, especially because, you know, we all know Bankai Rukia is coming up this year, right? It's one of the biggest moments from 1000-year Blood War Core 2. Potentially, we're going to see it on the 9th anniversary, either part 1 or part 2. And I guess releasing a Rukia now means we can still get a Rukia later on in like 3 months' time. It should, for the most part, keep the Rukia fans somewhat entertained until their biggest character of the year releases. Now, one of the main reasons why I'm looking forward to this banner, if that does end up being the case, besides the fact Aarionero's finally getting a new character, is Rukia doesn't have that many canon characters. Like, a lot of Rukia's characters are seasonals. In fact, Rukia's first 5 stars were all just seasonal characters. Her first premium character ended up being technically a filler character, and then we finally got our first canon premium Rukia, that being the TLA one, and then we finally, after years, got the, you know, Waco Mundo arc Rukia, I believe, from the fight with from when like Grimjow first showed up. The only recent like canon rookies that we have been getting is of course 1000-Year Blood Run. Again, we're getting one later this year, of course, and then we also did get round 14, which technically is canon by all means and purposes it is, but it is at the same time a bit of a BBS original. But ever since it's round 14 Rukia, every Rukia since then has been seasonal, so it's very nice to also get a potential canon Rukia character, especially the one that goes against Aaroniero, since she does showcase quite a few keto attacks, and also she herself is wearing a different outfit. You know, it's a normal Soripa attire, but she does have the coat over, so in a way it also does feel like a new Rukia that we haven't gotten before to a very certain extent. Of course, besides the fact that we're potentially getting a new Aaroniero, what I'm most excited about is that it's most likely, surely, right, going to be Cayenne face Aaroniero. So Azevedo, if I said your name right, hopefully I did. I know you've been commenting every prediction, hoping for that Cayenne face Aaroniero, and it potentially looks like we're about to get that tomorrow morning. Again, I think we were even lucky, us like very small Aaroniero fans, were lucky to even get this version of Aaroniero in game. So this upcoming one would make more sense to be the Cayenne face using Nejibana, using Cayenne's abilities, which I think would look cool. It also means Aaroniero fans, Cayenne fans are both getting a new character. Cayenne himself also hasn't had a character in quite some time, especially a premium one. And Cayenne has some really cool visuals too with the water effects. We haven't had a new Cayenne in quite some time, so this is like the best of both worlds. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm really looking forward to this banner. It makes sense being two characters. And finally, it looks like Aaroniero is getting a new character after many, many years. And alongside that, it's not with a bunch of unknown. And then again, you know, technically, as bad as it is, you know, Aaroniero isn't the most popular Espada, but at least he's not thrown in with a bunch of boring just base on Espadas, right? He's going to be put up against Rukia, and for me, as someone that doesn't want to pull on mid-month premium banners, and I'm most likely going to have to pull on this banner, it's a 2-character banner. It's going to be the Crown step-up format, so going to step 10 gives me a 50-50 chance to get Aaroniero, and I'm only going to hope for the best to actually get him on step 10. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about what the characters can actually be, right? Because again, from the leaks that I'm seeing going around, it looks like Aaroniero and Rukia are the upcoming mid-month characters. Again, not 200% confirmed, but we'll still talk about what the characters potentially can be. Remember, when it comes to mid-month characters, they usually are characters that, you know, mid-month can never compete with end-of-month characters. The closest character that we've seen that, of course, is characters like Halibel. She's a really good Linksa farmer, and in a way, she's the most valuable Linksa farmer because she does give plus 10 super Linksa potions while also having some really fast clear times. But of course, since Halibel is a mid-month character, she still has those drawbacks, right? She has a terrible killer, the worst possible killer in her case, and then she only has like Frenzy plus 1, which is perfectly fine as is, but you know, compared to Senjumaru, who has like complete stats immunity, a better killer, and Frenzy plus 2. There's still a gap between end-of-month and mid-month characters, even to a certain extent. You know, this character here, really good normal attack damage character for Guild Quest, but compared to Toshiro, which granted, they are very similar, but Toshiro in a way has more damage, more usability, more damage, and he also serves as the team booster. So he's in a way more impactful, but his killer kind of ruins him because it's a very competitive GQ week. But for the most part, right, mid-month characters can't really compete with some of the best end-of-month characters. So what Caleb usually do is make these characters Links or farmers, and of course, Guild Quest normal attack damage characters for weeks that potentially need it. So on the topic of Aaroniero, what do I think Aaroniero is going to be? I'm hoping a Links or farmer. I would love for a super Links or farmer to the likes of Halibel, but my guess is going to be a Linksa farmer. And what we have been seeing, which only recently just started, the new generation of Linksa farmers are characters like this particular Shuhei, who offers the Linksa potion soul trait plus 5, but in this skill themselves, they also have plus 5, so they're plus 10. And I personally like the idea of this because it means if you are a Shuhei fan and you want to use him, you can do that, right? It's the kind of the same with Halibel. Halibel can make any other super Linksa farmer a plus 10 Linksa farmer, super Linksa farmer to be exact, but she herself is also a plus 10. If we have a character like Iban, for example, right? Sure, I could use the character, and Iban's actually a pretty solid character, but maybe I'm better off just putting him onto another Linksa farmer because he is a Linksa potion soul trait. If I'm using him, technically I'm getting less value because I'm only getting plus 5 potions instead of plus 10, which I would get on any other Linksa farmer. So that's what I kind of like about this new generation of Linksa farmers like Shuhei, and that's what I'm potentially hoping Aaroniero to actually be. If that is the case and he is a Linksa farmer, I would guess power next because we have gotten a character in every attribute. We've now started a new rotation. Speed was first and foremost, but last month in particular, we didn't get a new power character, and we are guaranteed a power limit breaker character at the end of the month, and that's great. Hopefully they carry the attribute. Hopefully it brings the power attribute into a much better position. But in terms of Links or farmers too, I mean, obviously they also need a better super Links of Farmer. I mean, their Links of Farmers really aren't all that, right? Their most recent one was Momo, so I'm not expecting a power super Links of Farmer. But in terms of their Links of Farmers too, like, they're not anything super crazy. Of course, Ruroka is great for the +10, and if Aaroniero does end up being a +5 Links of Potion Soul trait, you can then make Ruroka a +15. But I would like to see a more solid epic raid farmer, IZ farmer, give him +10 potions, maybe 30% droplets, and also to have a good damage output with a good set of strong attacks. And I can definitely see that being the case for Aaroniero. But then again, unfortunately, if it is Cayenne, right? I mean, then again, Aaroniero had a lot of range collision too, besides the current 3 World one. I'm hoping Aaroniero is not filled with range collision. Now, in addition to that, what we kind of go ahead and look at is the guild quest schedule. And with this, sometimes depending on when a banner does release, if a guild quest is active or about to come up, we sometimes more often not get a character designed for that particular guild quest. Just to give an example, for example, last mid-month did release Wonderwise, a melee no affiliation killer, and with that we then had the no affiliation guild quest. So coincidentally, while this GQ is active, we are getting the melee Espada guild quest, and this is what potentially has me more excited for this upcoming mid-month, because I'm potentially pulling on it since Aaroniero is there, is that we might potentially finally get a new guild quest night character for the melee Espada guild quest. That's what I'm really hoping for. There is a chance we could get a range captain killer, and very well Aaroniero could be that, but what I would like to see in particular with Rukia is she is the normal attack damage character, because, you know, sometimes killer effect doesn't always make sense, but sometimes it does. And Rukia, a character that goes against an Espada, her having Espada killer would be really good. If they make it a no attack damage character with Fly +2 in GQ, good damage output, hopefully make her a team booster too, because the guild quest does desperately need that, it would make the Espada GQ so much easier. It is definitely one of the more tough ones out there. Even for myself, I can beat it. But I mean, I'm using a character from like 5 years ago, Fierce Battle Renji. I desperately need more support for this GQ. And other than Renji as a Nat character, you only have access to Party Time Aizen. As for your Legion, you have access to Mayuri and also Bruno. Good characters, to be fair, but this GQ is definitely lacking. We need more support for this GQ, and this is right now a great opportunity to give us a really good no attack damage character, preferably with a boost SA2, and that very well could be the new Rukia. Potential chance she can inflict paralysis too, making the GQ easier. And again, Rukia having a Sparta killer does make sense. More often than not, too, Aaroniero has Sorpa killer, so I would love to see that pattern continue. The current 2 Aaronieros already have Sorpa killer, and if they want to make the new Aaroniero a power Sorpa killer for Links of Farming, that'll be really cool. But I mean, granted, when it comes to these Links of Farmers, they always have terrible killers, right? So I'm hoping Aaroniero doesn't get like Captain Killer or like Squad 0. That'd be terrible. But a power Sorpa killer in particular, we haven't seen that many of since literally Carnfield Kenpachi. So yeah, basically, lads, that's the video for today, right? In less than 12 hours, we are getting our mid-month banner. And of course, instead of doing our usual prediction, I've already seen potentially what this banner is going to be. It does, according to some leaks out there, seem to be Aaroniero and Rukia. Of course, you know, I'm going to have to summon on the banner, right? Finally, we're getting a new Aaroniero. Luckily, I do have upwards to 7,000 orbs. So if I do go to at least step 10, I should have some plenty of orbs to at least do 25 steps if I really want to for this upcoming end of month banner. Within this banner, I'm expecting a Links of Farmer, potentially a power character to farm Links of Potions, and the other character could be a guild quest no attack damage character, preferably with a boost SA2 for the Media Sparta guild quest. And again, I'm also hoping that is Rukia, because I would actually like playing with Aaroniero. I don't want to see Aaroniero be a Nat character. I would absolutely cry on camera when that does happen. But I would still be, I mean, I can't be picky. I can't be picky with Aaroniero. It's taken us 7+ years. I would take whatever I get. Hopefully the character visuals are cool, and hopefully again it is actually Cayenne from Aaroniero with Neji Bana. I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. Be back on the channel in less than 12 hours time, because finally Aaroniero might be getting redemption. One would hope. I rarely talk about leaks, but in this case I kind of have to. But keep in mind, it's not 200% confirmed, so we'll find out in less than 12 hours time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.